some people here, James, insist on acting like the capitalist villains we do see in Marxist newsletters. And you take multi-millionaire property developer Tim Gurner, who said at a Financial Review summit this week, something that's made him a viral hate figure, has even been attacked in the United States by a politician there, Alexandra Cortez, and also in Britain. Here he is.
People decided they didn't really want to work so much anymore through COVID, and that has had a massive issue on productivity. You know, tradies have definitely pulled back on productivity. You know, they have been paid a lot to do not too much in the last few years, and we need to see that change. We need to see unemployment rise. Unemployment has to jump 40, 50% in my view. We need to see pain in the economy. We need to remind people that they work for the employer, not the other way around.
James, was that a hard truth that we needed to hear in these soft times, or was that just Wolf of Wall Street idiocy?
Well, Andrew, if Tim Gurner's trying to deliver hard truths, he might want to soften his delivery a little bit. Look, he's got a little bit of a point in that in a tight labour market, workers have a choice, and so they start to get picky and choosy. And of course, we've just come out of a pandemic where people were paid to sit at home and do nothing. So, okay, there's a point there. But on the flip side, over the past 20 years in Australia, productivity has risen a lot faster than workers' wages, and corporate profits have risen at a much greater rate than workers' wages. So it's a bit rich for a billionaire sitting there with all of his money telling people in the middle of a cost of living crisis, you need to work harder. And the other thing I'd say, Andrew, is good luck to Tim Gurner on his next recruiting campaign, trying to get people to work for him.
Yes. I don't know, warning that, you know, we need throw more people out of work to make them more grateful for their job instead of, you know, us being grateful to them. He has apologised since for those comments, but what do you make of them, Evelyn?
Look, I might be seen as a bit hard here, but I think there's a lot of truth to what he says. I think that the government's response to COVID did a number on all of us. I don't know many people who complained about having to work from home in their pajamas while they could stream whatever show they were watching on in the background. In fact, it was so comfortable that many of these big corporations actually had to mandate their employees to go back to work. I think it was Disney, Apple, Amazon, and Meta. They all literally had to mandate their employees to come back. And you only do that, one, because employees preferred to work from home, or two, they simply weren't as productive. And I just want to remind people listening that there is a great proverb which says, a worker's appetite works for him, his mouth urges him on. And if you want to kill that God-given work ethic that we all have inside of us, feed him for doing minimal work, which is exactly what happened in many instances during COVID. Sometimes the truth is really hard, and I'm all for a bit of hard truths with this to get people off the couch and back working hard again.
Yeah, but the way you put it is one that I give a tick to. The way he put it is one that I wouldn't. But I think you make a really good point there. Mind you, everyone likes, of course, attacking capital. Well, everyone seems sometimes everyone does. Capitalism, you know, attack capitalism, attack the West, you know. But millions of people from the third world still want some of that for themselves. I mean, yesterday, James, we had illegal immigrants in 120 boats. This is just in one day. 120 boats sailed from Tunisia in Africa to the Italian island of Lampedusa. It was like a scene from Camp of the Saints, that great novel. That's more illegal immigrants on that island than there are actually Italians. What's the West's responsibility to these people, do you think?
Well, I think, Andrew, before you ask what's Italy's responsibility to those people, you've got to ask what's Italy's responsibility to Italians. If you don't secure a border, you don't have a country in the first place. So that's the first responsibility of Italy, have a secure border, and then you can start to work out an orderly and compassionate migration system. But if you've got people from failed states swamping nation states, you'll just turn them into failed states as well, and nobody is helped. So the first thing Italy needs to do is secure their borders, and then from a position of strength you can start to help people.
Evelyn, we're running out of time, but I have to say it was a challenging stat today to read that we are putting on our immigration program is so out of control that we are putting on 2,000 more people, most of them immigrants, every day. I mean, this is just insane. 2,000 a day. How can we, you know, again, national identity, where's that?
Look, I just want to finish by saying this, Andrew. It amazes me. Here we are on one hand discussing the evils of the racist Western world, and on the other hand, the fact that people from every nation on earth are continually banging on the door and breaking through the windows to be oppressed.
Evelyn, spot on. Evelyn Ray, James Macpherson, thanks to you both.